the Secretary General of the United Nations has just announced that out of the 193 member states, only 44 states have paid their dues to the United Nations this year. And according to his calculation, by July, if more money doesn't come in, the United Nations will be closed down. And I don't know whether you heard that President Trump has even established an alternate to the United Nations. It is called the Board of Peace. I don't know whether you heard about that. And he has declared that he himself will be the chairman of this Board of Peace, even if he is not the President of the United Nations. And if you want to become a member of this body, you have to pay $1 billion into the personal account of Mr. Donald Trump. So imagine the change you're seeing. You know, an organization with 193 countries is being replaced by some individuals. So this is a tremendous change. And now, of course, top of that, he has started this war against Iran. So these are not ordinary historic changes, but very significant changes in our lives. So many of us may think that it's all right, we will depart sooner or later, and these will not matter. But it's not so. So it might be useful for us to understand the things that are going on. Maybe your children will be able to tell you more about all this. So we are going through a very cataclysmic time, but as it has happened in other cases of history, where wars have been fought, but later relations have been established. As far as India is concerned, we have had a major role in international affairs. And we have often imagined that one day India would become a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. We know that is not possible, because any expansion of the Security Council requires the positive votes of all the permanent members of the Security Council and 2/3 majority of the General Assembly. We have tried this many times. Mr. Professor Kurian has himself been at the United Nations, I know, and he knows more things about this. There cannot be a situation where the charter can be amended without getting the votes of the 5 permanent members, a majority in the Security Council, and 2/3 majority of the General Assembly. This cannot happen in history. But we still are a candidate, and the world has recognized us that even if there is one permanent member added to the United Nations Security Council, that will be India, though there are many other candidates. I'm saying this because even though the performance that we have done in the United Nations is very significant, the charter is somehow written in stone, as it were. It cannot be changed. And therefore, it's probably fair that we look for another organization which would cope with the world, will also reflect India's importance and significance in this world in that situation. So we are going through a very, very difficult time. We all hope that the war will end, but the Prime Minister made 7 appeals to all of us, not to buy gold, not to travel too often, and so on. So this is a difficult time, and it might be more difficult in the future. But certainly we can look back with satisfaction at what we have accomplished as ourselves, as individuals, and how our society has greatly improved. And our problem basically in Kerala is our poor state of education. We are all aware of that. And I tried very hard in my own time, under Mr. Umanjandi's instructions, to do something to improve the situation in certain ways. But you know, it never worked, even though those ideas have now been accepted by those who opposed it at that time. But I hope that this is a time of change which we should all welcome and be happy that and wish Chief Minister Satishan all the very best. So I really don't have anything more to say, just to wish you a long life, to enjoy the changes and also to suffer some of the changes, and also enjoy the success of your children. I know many of them may not be with you here, People often say that Kerala has become an old age home. At least I can swear by the Jawahar Nagar situation. When I was a student here, I used to go to Jawahar Nagar. It was a very lively place, mostly children all around. Now you cannot find a single child on the Jawahar Nagar roads. Nobody. It is all the old men walking in the morning or people running around. So it's a big change that's happening because most of our children go away. But even sadder things that even most of the children who now go away are not going for the jobs they are going to get, but to educate themselves. Because our educational structure is so poor that people find it's more useful to go and live, study abroad. And that is a sad situation. It's not I don't call it a brain drain because they will come back, as you say, from an Indian. You can take him from India, but you cannot take India from him, we say. They all remain Indians all their lives. They'll probably bring back remittances. They'll probably come back home and build their homes here. All that will happen. But still, if there is a feeling that if you have to have good education, you need to go abroad or outside Kerala, it's a very sad commentary on our development. And this is a very important aspect that we have to bear in mind. Because I believe in the next 2 years, we lose most of the students in our colleges. People say there will be 91 million students less in the next 10 years in Kerala. Already there are some institutions which are lying vacant. So these are all things that, of course, for the new government and with people like Mr. Kurian there, I'm sure we'll be able to solve some of these problems. So I wish you all the very best and congratulate you on your anniversary. And I hope you will live long to celebrate several anniversaries of this kind.